Hi guys, what's up? Welcome to TSP TV, and in this episode we've got a little bit of a top up for you. And the reason why we're topping up is because 2020, the food crisis, stroke food shortages, is it finally here? Some may say yes, it is. Now, you may or may not recall that back at the beginning of the year, I put up a video entitled "2020 Coming Food Crisis." And there it is on the screen. Excuse the crudity of this production. As you know, shit video productions don't really splash out on special effects, editing, or stuff like this. But this was a video I put up at the beginning of the year. Currently got close to 2,000 views, my most watched video ever. And in that video, we kind of suggested that there might be a chance that 2020 will be seeing a food crisis, be that as a result of the weather that affected the farming belt in the United States last year. Many crops affected by rain and poor weather, etc., yada yada woody woo, ray tay tay. Weather modification could be at play, but 2020 is here. We're now in March, and literally since I put this video up, we've been hearing more and more reports of food shortages in certainly in North America, and even in places as far as Italy and Europe, and obviously goodness knows what's going on in China with their quarantine and this coronavirus epidemic that may be just a huge big plot to get cause widespread panic and possible civil unrest. But certainly somewhere along the lines, people are profiting from this. As we see here, we just switched to the Facebook group, the Thrift Fan Clubhouse. Don't know if you can see that here, but it was posted today, the 2nd or 3rd of March, I think it is. I think it's the 3rd of March now at the moment. This was only a couple of hours ago. So currently, I don't know if you can see the time there. 5 minutes to 8 on a Tuesday, February the 3rd, I believe. But this is a video from Walmart. Welcome to Walmart in WI. I'm not sure where that is. Wyoming, Wisconsin, who knows? But this is the shelves in Walmart. Let's actually click on the photographs themselves and get you a little bit closer here. As I said, this is very extremely budgeted screen. We could have done this a different way, but you can see here that there's empty shelves in Walmart. Things disappearing. As it said, rice there in shortage, canned items, even the ramen noodles. Look at that, ramen noodles running out. Something the TSP micro pantry isn't short of is ramen noodles. But these are some pictures that were taken today, and if we just go down a little bit further, there's a little article here that was posted by Michelle and coronavirus. Can we flip this round at all? No, we can. Panic grips the West Coast as coronavirus hotspots California, with anxious shoppers stocking up on food and Clorox wipes after the first U.S. death from the deadly disease in Seattle. So here's a little bit about that story here. You can stop and read that at your leisure if you wish, if you can actually read that. And there's a video, there's pictures of people, bottled water, what looks to be Charmin, toilet paper, lots of people stocking up on water and toilet paper there. And Becky Pamplin, I'm sorry, it was Judy Bell, one of the wench wrenches and part of the mod crew here at TSP this afternoon. We're just joking about people stocking up on toilet paper, and if you haven't got the food to eat, then you might not need the toilet paper so much. But that's something people seem to be cashing in from, and somebody certainly somewhere is profiting from all of this panic buy-in and bulk buying. And here you can see another picture of people waiting in line, and again toilet paper and bottled water seem to be quite in large amounts in some of those carts, things that people seem to be stocking up on considerably. And here's a picture of more empty shelves. Now, is this just kind of a plot to get people out and buying and spending more money than they need to? And here's a Costco sold out of K's tissues, K's papers, and Charmin for today. People really can't get enough of the Charmin, and this is something as well. Is this product placement? Sorry if you can't see that. Charmin, we've seen in a couple of the pictures that there was Charmin being stuck up in the shopping carts there, or piled up rather in the shopping carts there. And is this, you know, publicity stunt, so to speak, for Charmin to sell more kitchen rolls and toilet paper? And again here, look, we've got what looks like toilet paper. Was that Friskies cat food? But these food shortages are being reported round and round. There's people waiting in line to stock up at a Costco. There are people climbing up the racking here in the stores to pick down the rice, it looks like. And again, more bottled water and what looks to be some toilet roll at the bottom there. And again, Charmin is featuring quite a lot there in the front of these. So could this be a big advertising campaign by the good people of Charmin to try and get you to buy more toilet papers? But I'm not sure. We can see there they're also buying up the Kirkland bottled water. People waiting for gas. And there's a video there. If you want to play and watch the video, let's see what they've got to say. Learn more. That's a freaking ad. You know what? We don't want to watch it if there's ads. CDC again and mentioned in this article. As I said, we'll scroll down to the bottom so that you can read that at your own leisure. Wondering if I should save that perhaps for the thumbnail. Who knows? Maybe that'll be a bit fear-mongering, but let's just take a screenshot just in case we choose to use it. And again, we've got some Bounty and the bottled water being stocked up there. Product placement in these pictures seems to be quite prominent. So as we said, this goes on and on and on. The pictures paint a pretty similar picture of people waiting in line, stocking up on what looks to be, again, more toilet roll, more Bounty, more Kirkland bottled water. Similar here, more Kirkland water. So is this part of the programming? Is this a social engineering experiment? What really is going on with this coronavirus and the spread of the coronavirus remains a little bit of a mystery. But supposedly this year in 2020, more people have died of flu than of coronavirus so far. And are they blowing this all out of proportion? But again, we can see bath towels and bottled water. Bath towels, bottled water. Repeat. There's more bath towels being put up there. And I think that is the end of the article. So as you see, folks, there's quite a few, or certainly we've seen a couple of articles there about stuff. There's a little funny joke, look, about the refrigerator now and the coronavirus. So as we said, folks, there does seem to be quite a lot of these articles, and that was just a couple that was shared to the Thrift Fam Clubhouse group on Facebook here. A couple of members and a couple of viewers do share these things. And also hearing from Becky Pamplin. Also, we're chatting to her, as I said, the mod crew. We're having a little chat this afternoon. And she said that the other day they went to Walmart and the shelves were pretty empty and sparse there. But on the other hand, Judy Bell said that her local Walmart was pretty stocked, and she went out and did a little grocery run this afternoon, as I did, and she said that they were just restocking with rice, and there didn't seem to be that much shortages in her store. Now I've also been out this afternoon just to pick up a few bits and pieces to add to the pantry. Those of you who watch this channel know I have got a pretty stocked pantry with quite a lot of provisions that could see me last, stretch those supplies out for up to 6 months at a stretch, maybe even longer, maybe a little less, but let's hope I don't ever have to try and stretch that out for as long as possible. But I do have a pretty condensed, large supply of sensible prepping items, and by sensible prepping items I mean the sort of stuff that you're not going to need any additional items in order to prepare them, be that excessive amounts of water or fuel required required to heat or boil water. Most of my stuff can be eaten from the can or rehydrated with the minimum amount of water. I do the majority of my prepping at the dollar store or at the No Frills, which is a not so fancy grocery store where the prices are relatively cheap. I don't really like going to the big places like the Walmarts or the Targets or the Tesco's if you're back in England. And places like Aldi and Lidl, they would be ideal places for you to go and do some low cost prepping of your own, because they do have a lot of inexpensive items there. If you do have a Lidl or an Aldi in your town or city, I would recommend you paying it a visit. You'll be surprised what you can pick up there and how far your money can go. But again, like the dollar store, it doesn't tend to have empty shelves. And in fact, today the shelves were as full as they ever were, with many food items, cleaning products. There was plenty of toilet paper. As there always does seem to be, the shelves at the dollar store never do seem to dwindle. But I did pick up a few items. Some of these are for the pantry. Some of these items are for the for me to eat over the next coming days. And the first thing I picked up was a box of Life cereal, $2 at the dollar store. 450 gram box, $2. I think that's a pretty good deal for it. And reason being that it is extremely packed with nutrients. So if you just come down here and look at the stuff that you get there, and obviously if you serve it with milk, it is going to be a little bit more nutritionally dense for you, because you get all the added ingredients of the milk. But without the milk, you can add this to trail mix, and I have done that in the past. But I do plan to be having this for milk. This is something I'm going to be snacking on over the next couple of days that I'm off work, try and get some extra nutrients into my body and some vitamins and stuff. Been feeling a bit under the weather and a little bit down in the dumps as a result of the time of the year, the doom, the gloom and stuff. So maybe putting some good nutrients and stuff into my body might help lift the spirits. Now, what else did I pick up? This is in no order. I picked up some of these. I've never picked them up before, but I had tried them before. These little Melba toast things, $2 for 40 toasts. Now I have a whole bunch of like I got peanut butter and jelly in my pantry, as well as like cans of beans and stuff like this, and these cans of chili are ideal as an accompaniment. Soups, things like this, you can just have a few of those. Even just dip it in a jar of Cheese Whiz, almost make kind of like a little grilled cheese type of thing if you need to. But $2, and let's have a little look at the nutritional values. I just realized I got a light turned off, which is why it's a little bit darker than normal. But down at the bottom here, a little bit disappointing, 0.00000s, but we got some protein, some sugars, and some carbs. As I said, it's just something that will be used as an accompaniment, as will these. I got some Breton crackers, and they're veggie bites actually, and these, I think, let's get the nutritional values up. We got a few more numbers on here than we do on the Melba toast. You can see there at the bottom we got some vitamin A, some iron, some vitamin E, thiamine and niacin, as well as some protein, sugars, fibers, carbs, sodium, no cholesterol. We do get some fat and some calories, so not a bad idea. I think they were $1. So sorry, let me turn the light on before we go any further, see if that helps things much. And unfortunately it's turned off upstairs, so we're gonna do without it for now. Back to what else I picked up. Now you may recognize these. I did pick some up the last time I went to the dollar store. I think there's one more. Yes, there is. And that's these little bags of cooked rice. They're $1 a piece, and it's a serving of basmati rice. You can cook these in the microwave, or you can boil them in the bag, or you can even just eat them as they are. Not exactly the cheapest way to buy rice, I do know, and there's only 150 grams there for $1. You could get a lot more uncooked rice, but then you would need the ways and the means to be able to cook those on top of them. So this is fail safe. you can open these up. You know, I can just break open a pouch and add it to a can of Campbell's Chunky Soup just to fill it out and make it a little bit more heavy and filling, as well as adding a few more nutrients to the cause. So I picked up 5 of those. What else did I get? Again, something we picked up the last time. 4 of these little cans of the Mario's chicken breasts, and we did have a little look before at the nutritional facts on those. You get a decent amount of protein per a can, and again, just mixing one of those with the rice is a meal. Adding a can to a ramen, that makes like a, you know, adds the protein to it, makes it a little bit more filling, and be like a chicken noodle soup. So I've already got a bunch of these going on in the pantry, and as I said, little by little we are filling up the second unit. In some of the stuff, you know, over the last couple of weeks, I did have a week off work a little while ago, which I'm still kind of feeling the financial effects of. I lost a week's worth of wages, but as the kind of wage calendar went, I missed 3 days on one side and a couple of days on the other side. So this pay packet, I will also be seeing some loss as a result of that time off. But during that week at work, I did call upon my pantry items to feed me while I wasn't able to eat at the restaurant. As you know, I work in a restaurant, most of you do anyway, so I get to eat there for free. But during the time that I wasn't at work, and during the kind of evenings when I come home from work, I haven't sort of treated myself to some of the snack items that I tend to do. And I delved into my Zum Zums and Wham Whams that I have in my pantry as my little after work evening snacks. So some of this stuff will be topping that up. Some of it will be added to the pantry. Now, what else did I get food-wise? Is that everything? I actually picked something up that isn't necessarily for the pantry, but will possibly be for a recipe. You get these at the dollar store. Now, they're 2 for $1, and it's like a Kraft Dinner mac and cheese thing. And this is just a Itala pasta kind of dollar store equivalent of a Kraft Dinner mac and cheese. But you get 2 for $1. The reason I don't have more of these is because it is dried pasta. You do need a lot of water and fuel in order to heat that water if you were in an emergency or a crisis where perhaps you didn't have the power, or maybe the water had been cut off. These things are going to be a little bit difficult for you to prepare if you don't have the tools and implements available, the additional water and the you know, maybe propane or something to be able to fuel your source of heat to boil the water. And I did pick up a can of chili, so that's going to be for a little dollar store recipe, and maybe a new series that I'm going to bring to this channel with dollar store recipes, meals and stuff you can make at the dollar store that are inexpensive. But you know, if you do have the ability and the ways and means to be cooking and boiling pasta in the event of an emergency, then you could probably do a lot worse than picking up a few of these at 2 for $1 at the dollar store. And a can of chili is $1.50. So that's all the food items that I picked up. And I did pick up something else, a few cleaning items. That might please Sam Schultz, who on my first ever video that I ever uploaded commented that I didn't actually have any cleaning products. But look what I picked up today. Lysol. This was $2.50 at the Dollarama, and it's an 800 ml refill. Kills bacteria. Now, somewhere on the back here, it does say, I've seen quite a few posts going around, that this actually does kill the coronavirus, although it may not be the COVID-19 strain of the coronavirus that's psyoping people into panic buying Charmin Ultra and Kirkland water, it would seem, at Walmart's and Costco's. And bear in mind that they are, I believe, owned by the same company. Costco, Walmart, and Sam's Club, I think, are all part of the same corporation, all owned by the same people, and all possibly picking in the profits as a result of this panic buying. So anyway, picked up some Lysol. This is multi-purpose. I can use this for many reasons. I can make hand sanitizer. I can use it to clean my toilet. I can clean dishes, all sorts of stuff with this, and it cleans 99% of germs. $2.50. wouldn't hurt you maybe to pick up on quite a few of these, but they are kind of heavy and cumbersome. And I did only have a bag. I didn't take my little shopping buggy with me today. So I picked up that. Something else that I noticed they had on sale, and these motherfuckers at the Dollarama, I picked these up, dust masks, 2 of them, and you can see there it says $2.50. Now I picked these up down the aisles, and they have like kind of a decorating hardware kind of section, and this is where you find these along with some of the other painting items, and they are $2.50. However, they have these also on display at the counter where they'd stuck a $3.50 sticker on them. Now I was hoping I'd get lucky by picking this one with the $2.50 that they'd charge me $2.50 for them, but they didn't. They actually charged me $3.50. I could possibly fish out the receipt. I don't know what I've done with it to show you, but yeah, they charged me $3.50. So it seems like the Dollarama is profiting and cashing in a little bit on the coronavirus fear and pandemic. And I really did only just buy these to kind of show you all that you can get them, and they had absolutely shitloads of them, stacks and stacks of these masks, no shortages of masks at all at the Dollarama, and even if they are a buck extra than they normally would be, peace of mind maybe is worth the extra dollar. But yeah, I have seen some reports that these things are selling out far and wide and fast. As they can stock them, they're disappearing, and people are indeed putting up the prices and selling a lot of this. And I've even seen ridiculous articles that simple hand sanitizer is going for $500 on Amazon. I don't know if that's true or not. Let me know if you know anything more about that. So yeah, some dust masks, I picked those up. Another couple of other kind of cleaning sanitation stuff that I picked up that might be handy. Buck a piece. We got some peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, and we got some 50% rubbing alcohol. So again, no explanation needed. We can use those for multiple things: cleaning wounds, sanitizing surfaces, rubbing out our cutlery and stuff, even washing down my MRE tray. So that's pretty much it. The last couple of items I did get as well, just to show you. I got some of this, which is melatonin, which is supposed to help sleep. $4 for 38 pills. See how they go. And something else, vitamin D3, 1,000 whatever that is. 90 capsules for $4. Again, these are a little bit of a boost to the system, and hopefully maybe promote a little bit of better sleep as I try to get off sleeping pills. And as I said, you know, the vitamin D help with the loss of sunlight that we seem to get here in Canada during the winter months. Maybe a little bit late in the day, but better late than never. And as I said, boosting up my vitamins with the Life, the added milk and calcium, and maybe some added vitamin D might spruce things up. Did have a little bit of a bad hip. That's why I was off work recently, so maybe, you know, again, this might do something to help strengthen the bones. So I picked pretty much up everything up here for $37, just under $40. Whether or not that's a good haul or not is up to you to decide. But some of these items will be going into the pantry. Some of them will be going in for kind of everyday use, like the Life cereal. And some of these will be used for a future video where I'm going to do a little dollar store recipe for you all. So what we're saying on the clock, 23 minutes and 20 seconds. So let's wrap this up at the 24-minute mark. All being well, providing I don't overrun. So 2020, guys, is here. There are food shortages at some supermarkets, unless, of course, it is just an advertising campaign or publicity stunt to get you buying Kirkland water and Charmin products, toilet roll and kitchen paper type stuff, because that's what seemed to be everybody was stocking up on in the pictures. But I would suggest you get yourself to your dollar store or the local no-frills and expensive grocery stop. See what you can pick up for $20. It doesn't make look at that. We are going to go over the 24 minutes, but it's not a foolish thing to be doing, to stock up on a little bit of food insurance. That's something Alaska Prepper promotes, and something I kind of follow and also promote, a little bit of food insurance. certainly isn't an unwise thing to spend a little time on, and maybe a little bit of money on building yourself. And because you never know what eventuality might be coming your way. And if not, we are going to be enforced into quarantine as a result of this pandemic psychological operation, false flag, coronavirus hoax. Again, I don't know if those things are actually true or not. We don't really know what is exactly going on with coronavirus, but it does seem to be blown out of proportion. It does seem to be a little bit of fear mongering and causing a panic reaction. People are buying up lots and lots of items, it would seem, at their grocery stores and stocking up on fuel and other such stuff. And look at that, we've gone over the 25-minute mark while I'm rambling on here. But as I said, and I will reiterate, food insurance, you never know when you are going to need it. I had to call upon some of my food insurance recently during the time that I was off work through ill health. No fault of my own. People do get sick, and this happens more and more to people on a regular basis than coronavirus pandemics that seems to be force fed down our throats and filling up news feeds everywhere as this goes more and more viral by the day. And quite a lot of people are seeing a little bit through this script. It has been replayed over and over again: swine flu, bird flu, Zika virus, SARS, just to name a few. But anyway, folks, let's try wrap this up. Thanks for watching this video. It is a shit video production for TSP TV.